Hey, it is Charles from Books on Stereo, and I am here to show you some of the books I acquired in June. And who knows, you may get a little bit of a dash of social commentary in the mix as well. So, hot take of the day, binge subscribing to Black booktubers. Is it wrong? Is it bad? It is so nice that you guys are showing your support for Black booktubers, but don't just do it solely for the optics. And now with the hot take done, now it's time to get in the books that I actually bought in the month of June and give you my horrible attempts at trying to give you a summary of each of these books. One to watch by Kate Steinman London. This is a rom-com women's fiction novel. But first, what the hell is women's fiction? And how is fiction different from women's fiction? So then, is fiction automatically male fiction? Come on, publishers. So now you have to create specific types of fiction for LGBTQIA people and also minorities if you're going to be segmenting the genre like this. But back to this book. In this book, we follow our main character named B, who's a plus-sized model, and one day she decides to call out the fictionalized version of The Bachelorette in this world for its lack of body diversity. And through a crazy set of events, she becomes the star of the show that she once mocked. And you guys, this sounds so good. And I wish we had more body diversity for men and women being romance. And honestly, I just want more minority-focused romances. And I also want more diversity in LGBTQIA romances. So if you have recommendations, let me know. Then I have The Boyfriend Project by Farrah Roshan, and this is an office place romance featuring the brilliant young app designer named Samaya, who is our female heroine. And Samaya is quite famous because she was involved in this huge catfishing scheme with 3 other women. So after experiencing such a huge fiasco, Samaya decides to refocus her attention on her work, and her plans slowly start to unravel when a mysterious new co-worker shows up in the office. And you guys, I have such a itch for Black romances right now that it is actually a problem, but in the best way. And I hope this brings esteem because I already got my fan ready. Then I have Beach Tree by Emily Henry, and this is a rom-com between 2 authors who decide to switch genres. And I have heard such great things about this book, and I am incredibly hyped to get into this book. And I think this will do a really great job about removing the stigma surrounding romance novels. And just as a side, it is so dumb how many people hate on romance, even though it's one of the biggest selling genres in the publishing industry. And let's keep it real now. I know a lot of you out there are reading romance on your Kindles and just not reporting on Goodreads so no one can catch you. Yes, I see. Then I had The Last Flight by Julia Clark, and this is a thriller between 2 women who switch identities at an airport in the attempt to run away from some very nefarious situations. However, things get worse for these 2 women when one of their plane goes down. And to be honest, I feel like I already know too much about this book, and I am so ready to be shocked and blown to pieces. Hopefully Clark will be nice enough to stitch me back together. Then I have one of my most anticipated books of the year, and it is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and this is Riley Sager's take on a haunted house story. And I am so ready for this atmospheric read, and I will be devastated if this does not deliver. Then I have The Guest List by Lucy Foley, and this is an Agatha Christie inspired mystery/thriller, in where we follow a wedding party on a remote island. It is gorgeous weather and everything seems perfect until a storm rolls through and basically traps everyone on this island, which wouldn't be the worst until guests start to get murdered. I am so hyped for this, and the premise sounds bomb, and I just really hope that this is executed really well. Then I have Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, and this is a prequel to Practical Magic. So all I know about these 2 books is that it follows a family of female witches, and that any man that they fall in love with dies horribly. And I know that for this specific book, since it is a prequel, it is going to be talking about the origin of that curse. Then finally, I have The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, and this is a Native American inspired horror novel. And this author is called the Jordan Peele of horror. So what else do you need? What books did you pick up? Let me know down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.